In late November 2025, African Union and European Union leaders convened in Luanda, Angola for the 7th AU-EU Summit, an event marking 25 years of formal partnership between the two blocs. Under the theme Promoting Peace and Prosperity through Effective Multilateralism, the summit gathered heads of state, government officials and representatives from civil society, businesses and youth sectors. In his address to the summit, Ethiopia's President Taye Atsike-Selassie stressed on the significance of a fair and representative system that guarantees equal participation of developing nations. He also stated that the future of Africa depends on empowering its youth as active contributor to their country's economic and political status.
We work together to ensure a fair and representative international system that guarantees equal participation of developing countries. Ethiopia therefore underscores the urgency of the UN Security Council reform. Before I conclude, Your Excellencies, I wish to underscore one additional issue of importance. The future of Africa depends on empowering its youth as active contributor to their country's economic and political development. In this regard, I would like to underscore that Global Gateway Initiative is a timely and strategic initiative that EU is forging to support efforts in key sectors critical for collective growth, including renewable energy, mining, digitization, and connectivity, where these very sectors could catalyze the aspiration of young Africans to fast transform our continent.
UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, on the other hand, painted a picture of a rapidly changing global landscape, one grappling with climate crisis, widening inequalities, and shifting power balances. He warned against a world split into rival blocs and instead advocated for interconnected multipolarity anchored in cooperation across trade, finance, development and political coordination. More importantly, he called for strong multilateral institutions to guarantee peace, stability and equity, an ideal he believes AU and EU cooperation is well placed to help realize.
We need an interconnected multipolarity with an inclusive network of intense relations on trade, development, financial institutions, and with increasing political coordination. But multipolarity in itself is not a guarantee of peace and prosperity. Europe was multipolar in 1914, but in the absence of strong multilateral governance, the result was war. Today's multipolarity, to be successful, also needs strong multilateral institutions and dynamics as a condition for stability and equilibrium.
African leaders used the summit platform to push for a rebalanced global order. The African Union, speaking through its chair, insisted that Africa should occupy a permanent place at the key decision-making tables such as the UN Security Council and demanded fairer representation in global financial institutions. The Secretary-General has also remarked that the cooperation between AU and EU is pivotal. He said Africa's young population and Europe's advanced technology are focal points to the cooperation between the two continents.
Together, as it was mentioned, the AU and the EU make up 40% of UN member states. You have the power to uphold the Charter, broker agreements, and steer the world towards a more stable, more inclusive reality, where international law prevails and injustices and inequalities are progressively eliminated. Out of the turbulence of today, you can craft a new era of hope for unity, for equality, and for peace.
Looking forward, the summit produced concrete commitments, deeper collaboration on economic integration, trade, value chain development, infrastructure and clean energy, support for the Continental Development Plan as it was stated.